Aftermath. This is the newest Netflix horror film. Well, it's more of a thriller horror drama story, and this is a movie that I had no intention on watching at all, and for a few reasons. One being, I'm just not a fan of this particular subgenre of horror, these haunted house movies. It's just like it's just that they aren't my thing really. Like if I hear like this certain movie this certain movie is really good, and everybody in the whole community is praising it a lot and saying that it's one of the year's best haunted house horror movies, and like then I will check it out. But the thing about this movie is I haven't heard much fuss about this movie in the whole community at all. This has not been talked about at all. Like I didn't know this movie existed until a few days ago, and I haven't seen the poster to this movie or the trailer. So this movie either had a really bad marketing campaign, or all of the marketing for this movie was kind of just shoved into a corner. Let's get down to business. Did I enjoy Aftermath? Yes and no, because I think there's things in this movie that I think are really entertaining, and I think there's some really cool elements to this movie. But then on the other hand, there's a lot of problems that this movie also has. So we will discuss both sides. So let's start off by talking about the more positive side of things, the things I did like in Aftermath. Starting off with the suspense. I think the suspense in the movie, especially in the second act, I think is on point. I think is really good. Like all of the sounds of people running through the house, and and lights going on and off, and and the tap running water when no one's in the kitchen, and just like and scenes like that. Like I think is really good in this movie. I think they are genuinely really creepy and eerie sequences in this film. The positive I can say about this movie is the sound design. Like the movie sounds amazing. I think a lot of the sound, I think it does work really well in these suspenseful sequences. When you're just hearing sounds and you're not actually seeing, what the creature or the thing is. I think it does add to the suspense and the intensity of that scene. The positive I can say about this movie is the acting, the performances by everyone. I feel like there are some performances in this movie that are better than others, but as for our main set of characters, I thought they did a really good job in this movie. While what's on display and what's told about their characters and how their characters are presented to the audience, like I don't think it's that good. Which I will talk about that when I get to my negatives. But as for how they sold these characters and how they worked in the intense scenes. Like I think they did a really good job at selling their performance to the viewer. Yeah, that's about it for my positives. So now moving straight into my negatives, the twist. The ending of this movie I think is dreadfully awful. Um, I I think there's potential in here for a good twist. And they certainly built it up well. Like the first two acts built my curiosity, and what kept me watching like until the end credits. But then how they execute this twist, without going into spoilers, how they execute it, I think is awful, because you're supposed to know who this character is when we're only seeing this character a very few times throughout the movie, and it doesn't, like the twist, like it takes away an element of believability to it, and it's not shocking because when the twist does happen, when you find out, when you find out what's happening, like you are just questioning it. Like you're just questioning, like, who is this? What's going on? And all of that, and it makes no sense when you finally know what the twist is. Like, there's just so many sequences throughout the movie that it keeps you questioning, like, how is that possible? Like, okay, for example, like there's a scene when the cops are checking through the security cameras of the previous night, and the cops said that no one else was there. When we, as the viewer, we clearly saw someone running after her, and it's just like it makes no sense when looking back at the movie, because the movie it's trying to execute like its story and direction like it's a supernatural film. Call bullshit on that scene. Like, there is no way he would have been able to hide away from these security cameras or not in view. Bullshit. Like, if this, what is it, like a bookcase or whatever is blocking the door, like, who put that there? Like, even in one of these security camera like cams, like it's a camera pointing directly where that room is. And it doesn't show anyone or anything like put that shelf there. Bullshit. I'm so sorry. See, that is what I mean. Is this twist, like, it had potential. It had potential, but then it's just, since it goes such a realistic route, where when you look back at the movie, it just I hate this twist. I hated it. In the twist aside, the writing, this movie has no idea how to write its characters, because there's very minimal characterization given to our main characters. Like, all we learn is that they are going through a bad relationship, and that they are seeing other people, and that they are getting counseling, and then that's about it. That's where you draw the line for characterization, because then after that, these characters are just very one-dimensional. There's no sense of a personality or interest, or to really get to know these characters. Execution of the twist, I thought, was just so out of left field, and it's not really hinted at throughout the movie all that much. Like, it's referenced like once or twice at the start of this movie, but then like, when it happens, like, you just don't care, and there's not enough information in that the twist is presenting to you to make everything clear, because it makes things more confusing. But yeah, at the end of the day, this is a movie that I would not recommend people to watch. There's much better haunted house movies out there. This is a movie that I was disappointed by, because there's ideas in this that I think have a lot of potential for a really good movie, but they just don't take the right approach to it. And yeah, so yeah, they're my thoughts on Aftermath. If you have seen Aftermath, let me know down in the comments, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you think it was meh, or did you really not like it? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, bye.